Hi there, Phil here, ZL3CC. Today I'd like to talk about the go bag that I use for any of my field operations and for SOTA. So I'm just going to bear with me 2 seconds. I'll just put this back into position and let's see if I can bring the go bag into focus, and we will start having a look at what I have there. Probably going to be better here, is it? Right. Okay, first off, the go bag itself. This is my go bag. I have everything in it that I need. It stays by the door to get out. When I have to leave in a hurry or leave anytime, I just pick it up and I go, and I know that I've got everything there to operate for up to 8 hours for between 80 meters and 2 meters. The whole lot's there. Right. It's also packed so that it will survive being thrown around in the likes of an earthquake or anything like that. I think it's rather robust. As you'll see further on, I've actually got the transmitter or the transceiver buried in the very bottom of this bag with in a semi hard little case shell. Right. What you will notice though is I have a series of handhelds on the outside. They might not survive so well. I'm not sure about that. Time will tell. I might have to rethink that, but it's convenient. Pick it up, one bag. I can go into the field. I can set it up, seriously set it up within 5 minutes and be on the net in that time. Right. So let's start from the outside, shall we? Here we have a series of handhelds. Dual purpose, well, not dual purpose, two things. We have PRS handhelds. So thusly, if we ever are out there, we've got members of the public come along, we can throw them a handheld, set them on the channel that we're listening to, send them out, tell them to go on street by street or whatever is required for the time and report back to us. These are two little GME 2 watts. I wouldn't recommend them in some areas, but for where I'm operating in the Springfield community, this covers actually, if you can get a reasonable line of sight, 10 kilometers out of the village. So around the village, absolutely fine, foolproof. Proved by that because I gave two to my great granddaughters, 4 and 6 years of age, and they're running around the parks using them. So anyone can use it. Anyway, that's those two. This one is on trial. I'm testing it. Would I recommend it? I wouldn't. I wouldn't recommend it as the go-to one. However, this here is supposedly the ultimate in handhelds. This is about $340. This is $60. I would rather see 5 of these in the field rather than just one of these. For something close in like Springfield or anything, these would be fine. However, as I say, this one's under testing. I'm not recommending it at this time. Okay. The bee's knees supposedly in New Zealand. It isn't top of the line where it is the full waterproof, etc. But it's damn good. It's also got an extended aerial to extend the distance. These are quite formidable. I had it last snow season when I was working up in Porter's Heights ski fields. There was no line of sight to Christchurch, some 75 kilometres away, line of sight, but except there wasn't line of sight. There was some ranges in the middle there, in between. But we were still able to talk into Riccarton into Christchurch, and we worked out what it was. It was the back scatter off the peaks behind me going to Christchurch, and the same thing in reverse. They are quite a good set. Given to the public just to communicate around a small village, yes, if they've got them, fine. If they haven't, its little brother, which is only about $136 as opposed to $360, will do just equally as well. Okay, then this one here is my dual band 72 meter, 70 centimeter, but it can be programmed with all the PRS channels. So that in itself is a real bonus. You have just yet another UHF handheld. Okay, this is a TYT UV8000D. Excuse me, got it off Techoman Christchurch, $148. I think they're still that price. 10-watt output, and I actually got that to try it after hearing good things about it. And in the end, I'm replacing my Yaesu FT60, which is a damn good set, but all considered, this it's easier to use, it goes further. The only thing the Yaesu has over it is it's a lot more robust, shall we say. This is quite plasticky, but it does the job. It's also, it doesn't suffer overload from repeaters or anything else, as we've found the Baofengs. Anyway, that all goes in the go bag, so that's still complete with the go bag. So we'll put those aside just so they don't get in the way. Right, very first thing on the outside, I have a fishing rod holder from Temu, $12. Goes into the ground just about anywhere. It will put up the smaller mast that I carry. The thing I like about this one is it's all metal. This part screws out, so if you're in really hard rocky ground, as in up in the mountain, you can put it there and you can hammer it in quite without having to worry about damaging that or the top. If you hit down there, then you just put that back on and throw your pole inside. I find that it's a simple feature, but it's quite useful. I've used it quite a bit. Right, this isn't the only one. This is oh, you can see the dents there. I've got a few of them. This is my Sotabeams Carbon 6 pole, which is my go-to at this stage. It will only put my antennas up about 4.25 meters, but in an inverted V, it has a Nevis configuration and they work well. I'll be doing another video from Moana using this exact same setup, and we'll see how well it works there. But I had it testing this week just gone by, and we were getting 5.9 from Moana into Christchurch. Anyway, Carbon 6, very, very simple, just pops out, screws in, goes up 4.5 meters. It's a bit delicate, but you've just, like anything, you've just got to treat things well and just make sure you use it correctly. Okay, get those out of the way. Right, we'll start at the beginning. Front of the bag, spare coax cable, 10 meters, very light. Bought it off AliExpress. I know people cringe, but it works and it does the job. 2 power bank batteries that you just buy in the shop. What you do need to make sure is that they have got a 3 amp output at 12 volts. What I use it for, that is. And these ones do. You've got to use them in conjunction with a power delivery cable, which you can buy off Amazon, which I do. So these two here, combined with the internal battery in my IC705, will give me between 6 and 8 hours in the field with a standard sort of workload. If you're transmitting flat out, passing messages, of course, it's going to get less than that. Okay, so that's my batteries. Just other various bits and pieces. I have a connection between my any tuner I'm using and the radio. If I get a breakage in the field, I've got wire there where I can set up just a random wire, a couple of pens, a bit of paper, and another connector. Either that, I'm not sure what I use, and just spare bits and pieces like these are good for be able to connect antennas up. Okay, put that away. Moving on. Here is our main compartment, and on top there part of it insulating the transceiver under there. First, more coax, 10 meters I think, and I've got a toroid over that to try and dampen it. I think I could get some more turns on that. But again, off AliExpress, can't even tell you what it is, but it works. And it works well. I've got about 3 of these and I've never had any problem with them. A couple of more small leads, just for redundancy, for connecting the tuner to the IC705. Random wire. It's wound on here. This started off as a fishing reel one. I changed the wire. I then changed the reels. And even then I was finding I was still putting in a degree of complexity which I just don't need when I'm out in the field and have to guarantee operation. So all this is, it's 84 feet long wire, 17-foot counterpoise. On each of those pieces of wire there's a little bit more redundancy. There's about another 4 meters on the radiator and another 2 meters on the counterpoise. But it works well, tunes up between 80 all the way down to, I think I've taken it to 6 meters, and can't complain about it. Very simple, very robust. There's always going to, there's nothing to break, nothing to go wrong. Even if these come off or break in the field or the wire breaks, you can strip it down, you can put it together again, and you can still get it working in the tuner. Right, that's that. Tuner that I use, well, I might as well go to tuners at this stage. Tuner that I have is the MTech ZM2 ATU. I like manual tuners, and this is my really go-to one. I've got Velcro on there, so it sits on top of the IC705, and there's very little or nothing that I can tune up. It works extremely well. Now, unfortunately, my wife has come home. She's looking there, and I was just about to go to the other bit and admit that I'm a bit of a tuner addiction, and I have other tuners that I have got and tested. She's smiling. She's never had this reveal before. Can you give me 5 minutes, my love? Thank you very much. These are tuners. These two here, I interchange at times with that. This is $65 on AliExpress. Magical little tuner. Tunes up almost as much as does the MTech, but same thing, sits on top of the IC705. Very easy to tune, very easy to work, very reliable. What it's, if it attenuates the signal any more than the MTech, I haven't done that yet. I need to start testing these with like-minded people at night where we can just go through testing different antennas and different tuners to each other. But anyway, I hope someone might join me in that in times going forward. But they are good. This is a little ATM100. It's a, let me think again, it's an automatic tuner, of course. Tunes up very well, but I don't like automatic tuners. It's just something else to go wrong in the field. That is my only criticism of them. They're about, I couldn't tell you what the price are, but they're very cheap. And this comes from a specific site. I can give you the site for that, where the man who makes these, he makes them all himself. He's designed it himself. He creates them himself. They are reliable. But anyway, that's going forward. This is an MFJ 160 to 10. The 160 to 10 means it is the designation that it can actually tune 160 to 10 meters. And they are good. It can be a little bit dicey doing it, but it will tune up a fence wire, trust me. But anyway, those are the ones that I can interchange. However, these are the two that I use mostly in my go bag. Right. Then I have this one here. which is a bit more cumbersome, but if I'm going by car or something, it's a brilliant tuner and I love it, but it's just too bulky to go carrying in a go bag. But as I say, if I'm going by vehicle or some other means of transport, I'll take this if I can. It's great. The only criticism is these newer models, they've got plastic sides, which they look like they're going to come off. So that's why the tape. Anyway, it's not broken. It's just redundant, so it doesn't break. Get those out of the way. Right, delving further into the bag. This, to me, regardless of what anyone says about AliExpress, etc., is the steal, for amateur radio at least, of the century. This is an EM-fed half wave. It comes complete without the string and without that winder, but comes with that bag as well. I tried getting into it, but it is sealed so hard. I thought, well, if it's sealed that well against the weather, I won't even open it and I'll test it to see whether it works. It's only, it's what they say, 1 to 30 megahertz, but it does, it. I have actually tuned it up on 80, but this is was only for 40 meters maximum. So I must put a longer wire on and actually try it. Single sideband, it does 25 watts. Continuous wave or digital, it's 12.5 watts. But it works, and I have done quite a few of the Alpine fault nets on this, and nobody's complained yet, and I get around the world on it. $65 delivered to our door, you can't go wrong. We then have the new darling that I'm trying and I really love, and that is, I've got to try and remember again, N6 or N9 SAB. That's his call sign from the States. He just makes these and sells them. He sells them on eBay. My darling wife's not here, I can admit to it. It's $200 actually bought into the country. It's an off-center fed dipole, but it is magical. It really is. It's well built. It's quite a stealthy little antenna. It's light, and it just really, really works. I'm having good reports with this, and I'm feeling very confident. It only is resonant on 40, 20, and 10. But using the tuner, so far, all that I've tried, it will tune up on 80. I haven't tested it though, and it will tune up on 15. So that going forward, will let you know. That's that one. As I say, it comes with a carry bag and everything else. Comes with the Velcro strips. The only thing it didn't come with was just the little ties that I have there. But everything else, it's part of the package. Good antenna, recommended thus far. Right, then we get down to the IC705, semi-rigid bag that I carry. Keep it there. I think it's quite robust, especially when it's packed down on the bottom of that. 705. Well, you've all seen a 705, but I'll show you what I've got it packed up with. What's that? I have no idea. Right, microphone. Microphone, you can either, it's a speaker mic, or if you just leave this one out, you get wonderful audio through the speaker here. And it has a magical receiver, magical audio, and that is the whole reason why I bought the set, is because of my poor hearing. I can hear this, and it's a very sensitive receiver. I bought the power delivery stick, so as I say, it's got a battery in the back, which will fit any other ICOM handheld, or most ICOM handhelds. Only give you 5 watts on that, and gets about 2 hours at 5 watts. So it's there, complete to go. The only thing that I don't like about it is you have to use the microphone, unlike the Xiegu 6100 that I have, which has an internally built microphone. So it makes, if you've got a piece of wire, you've got the Xiegu 6100, you've got a complete set. And I have to say, I exchanged these in and out of the set. Okay, there's the Velcro on the top, as I said. So when I've got it mounted anywhere, I just put on the antenna, and you're away, you're laughing. Tune it up, you're gone. Right, just a couple of other things I'll show you. Just another PRS radio, which I'm trying. Very good radio. Apart from not being as robust as the GME TX6160, I would say it's just as capable and just as good. 5 watts, and it's about $160 cheaper than the GME. However, going forward, another battery that I have that I take at times, especially if I've got transport, which is 38,000 milliamp hours. That in itself will do 6 hours or more on this transceiver, so it's a bit of a no-brainer. Another thing that I often have, especially if I'm doing a solder up a mountain where I know it's going to be very windy, instead of the speaker and the microphone or that one, I just put in these little KOS KOS head earpieces. I think they're called over ear. So even with my hearing aids, they slip over my ears. Bring a woolen hat down over top of them, and you can hear everything perfectly. I think they're about $27 on Amazon, quite cheap. Anyway, that is basically, not all together, but I showed you what I have in my carrier bag, in my go bag. I keep that. I used to keep it just beside the door exiting the house, but I changed that now where I keep it, sick as I am, beside my bed, because I might be going out the window in the event of an earthquake or a fire or something. So this way, whichever way I go out, I can take that with me. Anyway, that's the video. Hope you enjoyed it as normal. If you've got any feedback or anything you'd like to know about it, please make comment or let me know. So until next time, this is me. Take care, 73s.